It was 43 years ago, in September of 1969, that the CTA unveiled what was at that time its newest line, the Dan Ryan. But it was also the same year that Neil Armstrong took the first steps on the moon, Gale Sayers won the NFL rushing title, and Richard Nixon became the 37th President of the United States. And oh, by the way, gas was only 35 cents a gallon. A lot has happened since then in Chicago, and the South Red Line has become one of the busiest L systems, carrying more than 80,000 people on an average weekday.
It's an amazingly important piece of infrastructure, not just to the CTA, but and not even just to our customers. It really ends up servicing businesses and other sorts of economic interests throughout the city and arguably the region. Well, the Dan Ryan branch itself dates back to 1968. One of the first pieces of transit infrastructure constructed in the middle of a highway. Not the first, but one of the first. And many of the original components are actually still out there. So the original rail that was installed in 1968 is there, the original ballast and the original drainage system. So that system, it's really time to replace it in a very holistic fashion. So we're not just going to replace any one component of it, it's really time to replace the whole thing.
When this work is complete, riders will shave 20 minutes off their commute from 95th Street to Roosevelt Road. Their train rides will be much smoother, with fewer bumps and sway, and service will be much more reliable. We believe by doing it within a 5-month period, saving over $75 million, the jobs that it will bring to the community, the investment it will make on the south side here.
We realize that a project like this is going to impact the way that our customers use the CTA on a daily basis. So we're doing everything we possibly can to make sure that that passenger's commute is as smooth as possible to get them from A to B. Red Line riders will have a plethora of buses available to them in shuttle form. A lot of them will be going express between major rail stations along the Red Line, including 63rd Street, 79th, 87th, 95th, your major rail stations there. We'll also have a lot of service going between those stations and the Garfield 55th Green Line. That's going to be our major hub. It's a really large area with a lot of capacity. So we want to make sure to serve that as adequately as possible, particularly during the AM and PM rush hours.
We've already begun the conversation with our community partners to discuss the project and ways to minimize its impact as much as possible. And we will continue to have conversations with the community in the coming weeks and months about the projects as well as the job opportunities.
The investments we're making now in the Red Line will provide for faster, better service for all of our customers for decades to come.